Game of Thrones fans showed so much love for Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen. The two heroes had their distinct personalities and motivation, which captured the imagination of millions of fans worldwide. And with the shocking ending to the series, everyone was left with one question unanswered. Did Jon and Daenerys have a child? Well, this question could finally be answered. As far as we know, Daenerys is dead. However, with the announcement of Snow, this question has come to life once again, becoming quite popular among fans. Now, Snow is a spin-off focusing on Jon Snow's story after the Game of Thrones finale. The show hasn't been confirmed yet, and there have been very few reports suggesting this new spin-off will be a reality. Anyway, let's explore the theory as to whether Jon and Daenerys could really have a child. Throughout the series, there were numerous hints and foreshadowing that Jon and Daenerys would end up together. They shared a connection that went beyond mere attraction, a bond that was rooted in their shared heritage and their desire to do what was right for the people they ruled. But as we all know, their love was ultimately doomed. In the finale, we learned that Daenerys is Jon's aunt. Their relationship was somewhat controversial and complex, not because of them being aunt and nephew, but mainly because of their family ties. Daenerys believed she was the rightful heir to the throne and had ambitions to rule the Seven Kingdoms. After Daenerys attacks King's Landing, Jon realized he had to do something. He was unable to ignore his loyalty toward his family and his duty to protect the realm. He betrayed Daenerys and ended her reign. It was a heartbreaking moment, but one that felt true to the show's themes of sacrifice and redemption. However, some fans speculate, and Daenerys' love might have one final secret legacy, a child born in the aftermath of the final battle, hidden away to protect her from the forces who sought to destroy her. Now, this is a tantalizing idea, and one that would certainly make for a thrilling storyline. The first idea about Daenerys' pregnancy is that during her last seconds of life, she managed to transmit the idea to Drogon to take her body to the Temple of the Red Priestesses in Volantis. Don't forget, there is a magical connection between the dragon and its rider, so this isn't out of the realm of possibility. Perhaps the desire to escape to Volantis and destroy the throne is what drove Drogon to act that way. Daenerys' body may be transported to the Temple of the Lord of Light in Volantis, where they could perform a ritual to rescue her from the clutches of darkness. But if Daenerys is pregnant, they can only save her child. It's here that the story becomes interesting, because if through a ritual, Daenerys and Jon's son can be saved, he could certainly be the prince that was promised. In the history of the series, there has never been a Targaryen as powerful as Daenerys and Jon Snow. Daenerys is immune to fire, plus she has the ability to see the future through her vision. Jon, meanwhile, is an amazing warrior, has come back from the dead, and also managed to become an adult dragon rider. If Jon and Daenerys have a Targaryen son, there is no doubt that he could be a savior of men or the worst threat that could ever come to Westeros. And if Daenerys was pregnant but the baby could not survive, this would cause a mental breakdown for Jon Snow. Once he realizes that he not only ended the love of his life, but he also finished off his child, he could end up reflecting on his actions and regret what he did. This regret could even turn into hatred towards the people who brought him to that point, and we could begin to see Jon Snow fall into madness. The Targaryen tend to lose their minds during times of stress and despair, so this could be reason enough for Jon to fall into the darker side of the Targaryen lineage. There's also a possibility that they managed to save the child through magic in the Temple of the Lord of Light. After all, it was thanks to magic that Daenerys lost her first child. If Daenerys' baby can be saved, it can become a great threat to Westeros. What's more, the child will have Drogon at his or her disposal from birth. The child could even seek revenge for what happened. A Game of Thrones sequel or spin-off could thus focus on this new Targaryen prince who seeks revenge for the death of his mother, only to discover that it was his father who was responsible for her death, and he therefore must become the prince to save the mankind. So, what are your thoughts on a pregnant Daenerys and the possibility of a Targaryen prince? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed watching this one. Thank you for watching.